The news in May that as many as 1,500 war refugees had been reported in Bondo territory, a once peaceful region of northern Congo, south of Central African Republic, was a surprise to the UN's refugee agency. The UNHCR scurried to make sense of it. It learned that the Lord's Resistance Army, a rebel group that was mostly confined to regions east of Bondo, had shifted north.
Between March and May of this year, there were several attacks in the bordering region on the Central African side, and these attacks caused massive displacement of about 15,000 to 20,000 people. Of these 20,000 people, 15 to 20,000 people, around 1,500 crossed the border into the Congo.
Once in Congo, the refugees became the responsibility of the country's UN workers, but there was no UN presence in Bondo. Without land, tools, and seeds, the refugees were in danger of slowly starving, and the LRA was still a threat.
We took this decision to create a new refugee camp in safe distance from the border.
But Bondo lacks main roads. It's only accessible by air, so UNHCR and the UN's World Food Program airlifted more than 50 tons of supplies.
You land in Bondo on the only airstrip in the area, and from there 2 days by motorbike to get there. The same road, the same way had to be taken for the material and for the food supplies, which were supplied by the World Food Program. All these things were pushed on the back of bicycles through the narrow jungle paths.
Aid workers linked up with the first 400 refugees and prepared to escort them to the camp. The UNHCR made the video of its operations in Bondo available to VOA. UNHCR Protection Officer Jamal Zamoum helped oversee the trek. Figuring out how to transport the sick and elderly as well as people with babies was a major challenge. Zamoum decided to handle them like the food donations.
For the vulnerable, we have arranged to move them by bicycle.
The Bondo refugees were lucky. Local residents near the new camp belonged to the same ethnic group. Bondo's mayor promised close cooperation.
We want to welcome them to our home and organize a carnival to help everyone get acquainted.
As the refugees settled in, the UN was already monitoring the situation in Central African Republic, hoping to return the refugees to their homes.
Having people living in a camp is, of course, not an ideal solution. So what we are always aiming at is that these people can one day move back to their villages of origin.
But continuing LRA attacks mean their return is unlikely in the short term. Indeed, the LRA could displace more people, forcing the UN to increase its aid in remote, underdeveloped Bondo. David Axe for VOA News, Dungu, Democratic Republic of Congo.